Hey traders, before we begin today's video, I actually have a question for you. And that question is, why is it that some traders can consistently profit using simple price action patterns like the double top or double bottom, whereas other traders consistently lose money using these same exact patterns? Well, in today's video, that's the exact questions we're going to be answering. So if that sounds like it would be valuable to your trading, then you need to make sure that you're subscribed here to the trading channel and click that notification bell, because we come out with valuable content just like this each and every week. Go ahead and click that like button for me while the intro and disclaimer roll, and I'll see you guys directly after. So there are three main components and key steps in improving the accuracy of double bottom and double top price action patterns. And these three components we're going to be discussing today played a major part in the trade you see on your screen, which was a double top trade we took in the EAP Training Program last week. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and go up to a whiteboard and actually show you guys these three components. So first off, what I want to know is how many of you are actually trading double tops and double bottom price action patterns in your trading. Comment below and let me know. And if you are you doing so just based around the patterns by themselves? Are you trading every double top and every double bottom that you see? And if you are, let me explain to you why that can be a problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys a trending market, right? This is a trending market pushing down. Now, if you're trying to trade double tops and double bottoms and you decide that you're just going to trade every one of them, the problem is every time we trend down and get a lower low, before we get that lower low, we get a double bottom every single time. Here's our previous level of structure that we would look for a double bottom off of, but the market breaks through it. Here's that previous level of structure again, the market breaks through it. Here's that previous level of structure again, breaks through it, as you may have guessed. So the problem with just trading double bottoms everywhere is that you're going to get a lot of opportunities to trade a double bottom, and very few of them are actually going to be where a market reverses. So if that's what you're doing, don't trade double bottoms anymore based on that. Now, what is something that we can use in order to limit that number of double bottoms we take based around price action during a trending market? Well, the first key component to improving the accuracy of a double bottom trade is waiting for a market to be overextended. So overextended would give the market a reason to reverse, right? If we're overextended pushing down, we have a reason to reverse and head back higher. What an example of that would look like is something like this. As the market trends down and becomes overextended, we put in the double bottom and then the market shoots up. The double bottom and double top are reversal strategies. Now, there is a non-subjective way or a objective way to know this based on an indicator that we've all probably heard of. If not, this indicator is called the RSI, and it measures the strength in a market. That when the strength of a market is overbought, like so, as you can see here on the RSI indicator, that means that this market's overextended. It's been pushing higher for a long time. Same thing with below our bottom line. That means we've been pushing lower for a long time, that we've been pushing lower in a very strong way, meaning that this market could possibly be overextended and primed for a reversal. So if you just include this into your double bottom trading strategy, waiting for a market to be overextended to the downside, it will cut the number of losses you have dramatically. So that's going to be key component number one, is waiting for an overextended market before looking for double bottom trades. Number two is going to be something somewhat advanced, but you've all probably heard of as well. This is something called waiting for a market to be at structure. So what would that look like? If we look at the chart one more time, we have a move up. Let's say we're looking for double bottoms and this happens, and then we get this move. The market starts trending down. Well, now that we're trending down here, as you can see where this market has stopped right here, we have a level of support. Let me draw that line a little straighter. And at that level of support, this market is also oversold on the RSI. See, now we're putting things together. Now we're getting to a point where we're combining conditions before we look for double bottoms. And that can improve the accuracy of double bottom and double top trades dramatically. Whenever you limit the number of trades you make, again, going back to the beginning, if you were just trading double bottoms every time you saw one, if you limit trades like this, one is going to keep you from being in a lot of losing trades. Two is going to increase the accuracy of a double bottom dramatically, because now we're looking at a market at a level of structure that's previously been tested and used by the market as support already. And we know that those places in the market are likely to be used as support once more. We also are looking at this market as overextended. And I am drawing a lot of arrows on this chart right now. But we're also looking at this market as overextended. And we get down to this level of support while the market's overextended. What if this is the only time you looked for double bottoms? What's up, traders? Just got done with about a 3-mile run. I was going to jump in the pool here and cool off, but on this run, I started thinking of goals. And something I want to accomplish this year that I'm really excited about is I want to create 1,000 profitable Forex traders. Now, whether these 1,000 people come from some of our free resources like YouTube and our email list or through the EAP Training Program is completely irrelevant. And I know the first step in doing that is by offering you guys some extreme value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description to a 3-part training series that I'm going to record as soon as I get back home after I take a dip in the pool here. And if you'd like to take part in this 3-part series, we're going to be talking about structure, trend, and reversals. And I'm going to teach you guys an entire strategy based around those 3 concepts. So if you're interested in that, if you want to get some of that free training, just click the link below. I'm going to take a dip in the pool, and I'll see you guys in the training. What if that's the only place? You didn't trade this double bottom that happened right here. You didn't trade this double bottom that happened right here. The only time you even consider double bottom trades is at previous level of structure support while the market's oversold with the RSI indicator. How much more accurate do you think a double bottom would be using those 2 examples? And that's only key component number 2. The third and final key component we're going to discuss before we go down to the charts, take a look at a couple of examples and take a look at that live trade we're still currently in on the dollar yen. The third and key component of improving double top and double bottom price action pattern trades is consistency. And consistency is key, guys, because if you're looking at double bottoms and you trade that double bottom, we have a structure level, then a retest, and then a push up, right? And you also trade this double bottom, and you also trade this double bottom, looks like a perfect W. If you're trading in that way, how consistent is your trading going to be? Pretty inconsistent. If you don't have specific rules, very specific rules, in order to place double bottom trades, then you're going to have issues trading double bottoms. You're going to be inconsistent in your trading. So the third component is being consistent by creating rules for a double bottom. For instance, the rule could be that as you push down for your double bottom trade, we have a candlestick here. Let's say this is the swing low of this first push. We get a rally, and then the pullback towards that previous support level that we're going to use as the first step of our double bottom. Well, here, what is one thing we don't want to see? Well, if you're a trend continuation trader, or if you know a little bit about trend as of right now, you know that if we get a candle that closes below the previous swing low right here, let's say that happens, then that's a pretty significant sign that we could see some trend continuation out of this market. And guys, if we could see trend continuation, do we want to trade a reversal pattern? No, we do not. So what's another thing we can look for? Well, before we get into that, if we see a close lower than this low right here, then we want to discount that trade, right? Because we know that means possible trend continuation. Well, what if we have something that doesn't even touch the lower half of this body? Let's say we have a wick that comes down like this, and this is our candle, and this double bottom comes down like that instead of what we see on the screen now. So this would be more of that situation. Now what? What do you think is going to happen in this case? Well, this can be a double bottom. You can use this as a rule, but for a double bottom, would you need to see 2 bottoms? Because at this point we have 1 bottom, and then we have kind of a push up and a pullback. Could lead to another push up, or this could just keep going down. We don't really know that. It's not really a double bottom at that point. So let's delete those 2 and talk about what we actually look for double bottoms here. Well, for me, a double bottom needs to look something like this. We need to have that second push down, and I need to see a candle that at least touches the bottom of the body of this first candle, but does not close below the bottom of that wick, that swing low, to signal trend continuation. As long as we have that in some way, we now have 1 bottom, 2 bottom by touching the lower half of that body of that candle, or the lower point of the body of this first swing low. So we have 2 bottoms, and we do not have a lower low, lower close signaling trend continuation. These are rules that we can use consistently to place double bottom and double top trades. Of course, for a double top, just flip it around. And that creates key component number 3, which is consistency in our trading based around double tops, double bottom price action patterns. Now, for us at the trading channel, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that this is all we use in order to trade double tops and double bottoms. There are more accurate ways, but those are the things that we get into in the EAP training program. This is not a sales pitch. It would just be wrong of me to disclose all of that information for free here on YouTube whenever people are paying for it in the EAP training program. But let's go ahead and move down to the dollar yen trade that we had in the EAP and talk about how these 3 key components played a massive role in creating success in that trade. So if we scroll the chart down, here you can see that trade, and do you notice anything familiar compared to what we just discussed about this specific trading opportunity? Well, of course, you probably do. We have a market that was pushing up, right? We're waiting for overextended markets. This market was pushing up. What do you see right here on the RSI? We have an overbought RSI. So now we know that the market's pushing up. We're overextended after pushing up, meaning we're primed for a reversal. We get to a major level of structure. Now, we're at this major level of structure. We're already overextended. What are we looking for next? Next, we're looking for those consistent rules of a double top. In this case, double bottoms, what we discussed earlier. Consistent rules of a double top that we just discussed. Do we get that here? Yes, we do. And again, there were other key components that went into this specific trading opportunity that we use in the EAP training program, but all of the things we just discussed were key components in creating success in this trade as well. And as you can see, currently this trade up a little over 100 pips right now, and we've already hit first targets, moved the stop loss to break even. I'll actually post a screenshot to the left of the email analysis we sent out for this trade. These are emails we send 3 to 5 times a week for traders involved in the EAP training program. But now that we've done this, right, we've seen this work on the dollar yen, push the market down. What are we expecting next out of the dollar yen? Well, currently, if you're familiar with the blue and red lines I normally put on my screen, these point out major and minor levels of structure, resistance, and support. Right now, where are we at? We are at a previous level of major support. My blue line indicates that for me. So I have this previous level of major support. The market hit that level, closed below it, signaling trend continuation, right? Well, what happened after that is pretty significant. After closing below this level, we have now created a lower low, pushed back up, and we're finding support at this previous level. This is a very familiar age-old pattern called the head and shoulders pattern. Hey traders, so one more brief interruption before we continue. And this is something I meant to plug into this video, but I just realized through the editing process that I did not, is that just because we're sitting here talking about these different rules we can apply to double tops and double bottoms, and we're specifically right now talking about these rules on head and shoulders patterns, does not mean that this is going to make a strategy 100% accurate. You see, when we're trading, what we're trying to do is capitalize on a statistical advantage that we have over the market, the same way casinos capitalize on a slight advantage they have every single time you give money to the person running the craps table. They have an advantage, and they know that. They know over time they're going to create success. Because the dollar yen has a head and shoulders pattern right now at a level of structure with an overextended market, doesn't mean there's a 100% chance that it goes up. That's just not how trading works. We look for these statistical advantages, and guys, the only way to know if you have a statistical advantage is to test through historical data and see how many times throughout the past has the market reacted in a certain way. For instance, with the head and shoulders pattern, how many times at a level of structure while the market's overextended, putting in your specific rules for a head and shoulders pattern, has the market went up enough to hit your targets before hitting your stop loss? I know that was a lot, but that's what you have to do. It's not easy. You have to go through markets and find your statistical advantage. Find the advantage you have over the market. The reason we trade this way, the reason I knew that I wanted to trade that double top on the dollar yen we just looked at, is not because I knew it was going to go down. It's not because I knew it was a 100% accurate way for it to go down. That's why risk management's in place. That's why I only risk a very small portion of my account every time I place a trade. These key concepts are also concepts that you're going to have to understand before creating success in trading. And I know right now you may either be struggling or just now beginning in your trading journey, so it's okay that you don't know that. But if you're struggling and you're having trouble creating consistency in your trading when it comes to profit, when it comes to not losing your entire account, some of these reasons we're discussing right now could be why. So I just wanted to throw you guys another little piece of the puzzle, which is make sure to back test all of this. Make sure that you have a statistical advantage. Even demo trading this for a while will give you a pretty good idea of whether or not you have an advantage over the market. Also, implementing risk management after you see that you're only going to win 60% of the time, or 55% of the time, or maybe only 50% of the time with a good risk reward. You have to implement a risk management plan based on those numbers. So again, that's the key and important process that we all have to go through as professional traders. I backtest strategies to this day. I go through the same process to this day that you'll have to start if you plan to actually create success in your trading business. So hopefully that helps out. If any of you are struggling in those areas, we'll go ahead and get back to the video now. I'll see you guys over there. And the way that you can apply the same exact information we just talked about for the double top and double bottom to all price action patterns is that in order to trade this head and shoulders pattern, let's say, if you were to apply every rule we just discussed in this video, what you would be looking for is a market that was pushing down, overextended to the downside. What do we have right here? Major push down, overextended market that went oversold on this first test. We then have what's called RSI divergence. We'll get into that topic a little later on in a different video. We then have RSI divergence with this new low, and now we have this retest creating the head and shoulders pattern. What you would do in order to apply these same tactics to a different price action pattern like the head and shoulders pattern is say, I'm waiting for an overextended market. We have oversold. I'm waiting for a level of structure, resistance, or support for the market to be reacting from, which we have here. And then the last key component is what, guys? Creating rules for this price action pattern, creating set in stone specific rules you can use to trade this pattern consistently in the markets. So there was 3 key steps and components to improve the accuracy of all price action patterns, guys. I hope it was valuable to you. I hope you got some good information out of this video. If you enjoyed this training, we have an absolutely free reversal training series. It's a 3-part series that we're offering to you guys for absolutely free. There's a link in the description to this series. There's a clip of me at the pool telling you guys about this as well, but that link is in the description labeled free reversal training. And in this 3-part series, guys, we tell you an entire strategy based around some of the key components we discussed here and a couple of other components we use in order to trade reversal. So get your hands on that. It's absolutely free to take. And if you're interested in some more advanced training that goes beyond the scope of the things we talk about here in YouTube videos or the free trainings that we offer, and you're ready to invest in your trading education, of course, we have the EAP Training Program that we've ran here at the Trading Channel for a couple of years and that has gotten fantastic results from traders around the world. If you're interested in learning more about that program, there's also a link in the description labeled EAP. I look forward to hearing from you either way. Also, comment below. Let me know some topics you guys would like me to do some videos on in the future. Also, make sure you're subscribed here if you're new. Make sure you click that like button for me before you go if you enjoyed this content, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. With